Now.
Sounds great.
Welcome, everybody.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're here to talk about the CAPPO partnership, specifically for the 2024 Expo that'll be in January. It's actually the 23rd of January, and we're glad that you were able to join us. I think the best thing to do is introduce ourselves. Wayne and I are the co-chairs for the CAPPO partnership. We've been doing this now for about 5 years, and I'll let Mike introduce himself and then Sheila.
Thank you. So Mike Deere, retired Chief Procurement Officer with Monterey County after 21 years, and then went back to work. I am now the Chief of Procurement Services with the County of San Diego, and also past president for CAPPO.
And he's going to be taking over the partnership program going forward. We're going to finish out this year and we'll be there to assist Mike, but he'll be taking over for us.
Yeah, Debbie and I retired from public procurement
in 2020, pandemic year.
But now we're retiring as partnership, as a volunteer position, as partner liaison. But Mike's going to pick up the mantle for us, and he's had experience doing this before. So
you're in good hands.
You're in very good hands.
And we won't be far. And then Sheila, Sheila's our executive director, and you're director. What are you? Go ahead and give your title.
No worries. I am the chief. No, see, you guys say chief, and that throws me off. I'm the executive officer for CAPPO, so I help run the office for CAPPO, as well as this year is my first year doing the exhibitor management. So I'm helping with the floor plan and the booth management itself, and working both with Debbie, Wayne, and Mike on the partnership side of things.
And then Tony, and since there's only a couple of us, Tony and Murray, would you like to introduce yourself, starting with Tony?
Sure. Tony Giansanti, I'm the regional sales manager for Tate Access Floors. Hopefully you're familiar with access flooring. Tate is certainly the granddad of that. This is our 61st year, still the world's largest and oldest access floor manufacturer. I cover California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Alaska, and Hawaii. Like Mike, I bounce around a bit, but I live in Oakland in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I'm coming to you from my home office today. And yes, I wanted to learn a little more about the event. Wanted to learn about how, we could be an exhibitor there or a sponsor there.
Wonderful.
Great.
Murray?
Yeah, I'm Murray Van Dyke. I'm the contract program manager for Mitel nationally. So I manage all of our contract vehicles and all of an enormous amount of our procurement facing activity. I also am general manager at this point for the sled practice within Mitel on a national basis. So yeah, I've been to CAPPO a number of times, actually. Thanks very much.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into, we'll kind of go through the partnership program, both the benefits that will occur at the conference itself, as well as annual benefits of the partnership program. But before we do that, Tony or Murray, do you have any general questions you'd like to ask?
Nothing yet, no.
Okay, then we'll kind of run through the benefits of the partnership program, but please, if we say something that then you have a question, just ask your question and we'll, elaborate on whatever it is. With that being said, we have this brochure, and I don't know if both of you have received this or not. It's about a 10-page document, electronic document, that talks about the supplier partner guide. And go ahead, Sheila, just quickly. It talks about the various benefits of the program, but also CAPPO, but we want to get to this. This is part of the document as well, and this gets to each individual benefit
for the different levels.
For the different levels of partnership, which you can see across the top, where it says booth. That's just if somebody's attending the conference, the exhibit, what benefits they receive as an exhibitor, and then we have the silver, gold plus, and platinum levels, and they kind of cascade down for the benefits. So the standard booth at the conference this year will be a 10 by 10. And we mention that because sometimes we're in a smaller venue where we have to go back to an 8 by 10. But in this case, we are in the Palm Springs Convention Center, which is, I don't know if you've been there or not, but a fabulous facility. And gives us plenty of room to have the 10 by 10s as well as wide aisles between the booths. And then, of course, everybody, all the exhibitors receive badges, and with it becomes some other benefits, such as we have a networking event, a reception. I believe it's the night before the exhibit itself, which is kind of a very casual event that allows interaction between the suppliers as well as the CAPPO delegates. And also included is a lunch that will be provided during the expo hall for both the exhibitors as well as the delegates, again, trying to encourage interaction really with the between the two. And then for the standard exhibitors and as well as the silver, that includes 2 badges that attend within that for that price. And then but the gold and gold plus and platinum levels receive 4 exhibitors that they can have there. And then everybody, all the exhibitors receive an electronic list of the conference attendees after the event. Now then, if we move up to the silver level, there's an early selection of the booths, but we're past that now. We've now opened up the exhibit hall to all exhibitors. But in future years, for next year, if somebody was a partner, they get access to select their booth, again, cascading platinum first, gold plus gold, and then silver. They get to select their booth first to get the better choices before we open it up to all exhibitors or potential exhibitors. And I don't know, Sheila, you want to mention about the logo display?
Sure. So during the conference, we will have marquees going into sessions. Typically, we have those both at the exhibit hall and the general session room. And so we recognize all our partners on that signage. In addition to that, we also recognize them in slides, opening slides that are at the general sessions and the lunches.
Excellent. And then the next benefit is for silver level and higher, you receive an electronic list of the attendees prior to the event, so you can do some pre-conference marketing and let them know, come visit our booth, or this is what we do, and whatever else you want to put into that kind of pre-conference notification to the delegates.
Okay, so with that, the gold level, when we go to the gold level, actually, Sheila can talk a little bit about that promotional video, I
We
think.
still have
The joint.
the joint. This is a big, this is kind of new, and we're really excited about it.
Yes. So basically, we did something similar to this last year. And what we did is we had our members and the exhibitors kind of sit around round tables, and then they would discuss different topics. And it was so well received that we decided that this would be something we would do. And it will actually be a session where all of our attendees will be there. And then all of our partners will be the way we're going to structure it is there'll be probably 2 suppliers at a table with 8 of our attendees. And then we have a mediator. Many of you probably know her. Tammy Rhymes is going to be handling this and kind of, guiding everyone through some discussions. And everyone that participated last year found that it was very informative. We kind of all came away going, oh, okay, now we better understand, some of the issues that the suppliers face when, we change our mind or whatever might come about.
We have also an advisory committee made up of suppliers at a high level, and this idea came from them. They wanted to have additional dialogue with the delegates, but also they felt there were some common issues that affect not only the public purchasing profession, but the suppliers. And it'd be great to have a setting where you could have discussions of those kinds of issues And Debbie mentioned the moderator is going to be Tammy Rhymes. If you've never heard her before, she is just an incredible person. She was actually the purchasing director for the city of San Diego for several years, but now she's an instructor, presenter, and a moderator, and she just has tremendous skills in that area. So really, it's always a very dynamic and interesting session. In addition, this year at Palm Springs, it's in a foyer area, not a foyer area, but a room that is really a cool room in the Palm Springs Convention Center. That we were in Palm Springs during Debbie's conference about 6 years ago or something like that, and we weren't able to use this room, but this year we are able to, and just a dynamic setting for this particular session. So we're very excited about it.
And one other thing I wanted to say is that during our expo, which is on Tuesday, and the hours go from 11:15 to 4:30 p.m., we don't have any other sessions going on. So it's dedicated time with our suppliers. And we found that most of those that participate in our expo do come back because they really feel that they get a good value for the money.
And speaking of that being dedicated time, Sheila, do you have a latest estimate based on registration so far, the number of attendees that will be there this year?
I'm estimating we're going to sell out, and our sellout point is 700 attendees.
Which would be an all-time record. And we're not surprised because last time we were in Palm Springs, people like to go there from California. Sheila, did you want to mention a little bit about the
promotional video?
Yeah, how that works?
Sure. So at the start of every general session, as well as it plays on loop at the lunches, we have our partners put together promotional videos, and you can see here, if it's silver, you only get your logo. If it's gold plus or platinum, you get a video itself that's embedded within all of these videos. So it's kind of like a commercial series that we run. And I encourage you definitely to have audio. So during the general session, it's being played, all the attendees can hear it, and there's 15 seconds for gold, 30 seconds for gold plus and platinum. During the lunches, it is on silent, so you want to think through also what you're visually showing on screen. But this is a way to help you with your branding, your messaging, and what it is you want to promote. So again, that's showed at every general session, which there's one every day, as well as the lunches outside of the expo lunch. So all of our attendees have a chance to see that. And then a couple quick items, Debbie and Wayne, to touch on points you've already made. On the joint session, that's going to be Tuesday morning from 8 to 9:30, and it's called From the Other Side. As Debbie and Wayne mentioned, we're guessing based on numbers that it'll be about 2 suppliers to every 8 attendees. We're working on those logistics now. And then also on the expo badges. So for our suppliers, we'll get into some categories that you get a full conference pass, but most of our suppliers, our sessions, our education sessions are limited to our government agency groups. So from a supplier, you would not be going into those education sessions. So this roundtable discussion is a really great way for you to interact from the other side with the agency people and hear their perspective and them hear your perspective, and have just that one other opportunity to really get in there and talk to them in a different setting. As well as you can have more than 2 or 4 people at your booth, but you do have to buy those additional tickets to have them in the hall with you. Okay, back to you guys.
Great. So going to the right here, now we kind of move over. I guess we could do this a couple of different ways. If we want to jump down to the annual benefits for silver, or else we could talk about the gold and above. I think we should just kind of wrap up silver. So some of the other things that silver are going to get is we're going to have a supplier training webinar that we're going to do, and we have the date. It's January 10th at noon. And basically, this is for everyone that would want to attend. It's not just silver. And we're going to have that with Tammy Rhymes as well. She's done it several times. She'll talk about the economy and kind of, how things are trending. And so
a little bit about successful ways to have that relationship between a supplier and a public purchasing official, which is again tremendous from her background as being behind that public purchasing desk at one point, and her abilities and skill sets makes a very interesting training session.
And we decided to record it, so that'll be available if you're unable to attend on January 10th. It will be available for you to view at your own convenience. We found that we were doing something like this at the conference, but there wasn't a great attendance because everyone's trying to set up their booth. So timing wise, it just didn't work as well. We thought we'd try something new this year. So we're doing that. Some of the other annual benefits that you get as a silver partner is you get a copy of our monthly e-newsletter. Sheila, I don't know if you want to show kind of what that looks like, but we have one go out every month, and it's just an opportunity for you to see kind of what's going on in CAPPO.
I'll have to come back to show what that looks like in terms of what gets sent out, but I can show you on our website. Sorry, now I have to think. I had planned on showing this. Sorry, my screen didn't load properly. When you submit articles, which is for gold and above, it actually goes onto our website as well as in our newsletter. So I'll try and find, when you guys are having discussion a little bit, I'll go into my email and find one. But you not only, if you're participating at gold and above, you get to have an article in our newsletter, and it gets posted on our website as well as in the electronic version.
Yes, and the silver will get a copy of that, so they'll get to see what that looks like. And one of the other things that CAPPO did probably several years ago is we created a medallion that we share with you in a couple of different formats so that you can use that. Thank you, Sheila. Perfect. Those are the medallions there, and you can use that in marketing if you'd like to show that you're a CAPPO partner, and kind of utilize it for your marketing to our members. For those, I know a lot of you have different territories. Our membership primarily is California, unless people have moved out of state. It's basically in California. One thing I will say is that the people that do come to our conferences are the decision makers, and they really do seem to be engaged with our suppliers as they go through the expo.
So those are some of the annual benefits for silver. We'll go back up, Sheila, to the gold level now, and the benefits of being a gold partner.
So I guess the next thing would be attendance to our conference opening general session. We usually have a speaker, but we have a pretty nice opening session where we have the flag, the president welcomes everyone to the conference, and then we also have a lunch where the partners gold and above are recognized, and we have attendance for four of your team members would be able to attend that.
And again, those are just extra. So as we said, like the government agency attendees can go to our education sessions. This is a way that we're getting you more involved and again, continuing those conversations with everyone.
Yes, you'd be obviously at a luncheon table with the delegates at that point. Sheila, you want to pull up the floor plan from the expo? This is the expo hall at Palm Springs, but specifically I want as a gold benefit is there is a gold aisle that is set aside. You have to be a gold or gold plus member partner in order to select the booth on this particular aisle. This happened to be an idea that was brought up a few years ago by Mike when he was the exhibit chair, and it's been very successful so far. And if you look at the right, that is the entrance. So all the delegates will come in that door, and there is the gold aisle right in front of them with our really high level partners.
And you can see there still are some available. It is, we are filling up, but there are still some spots available. And this would be for gold or gold plus that want to be located there. I know some companies want to be with a cooperative. That's where you'll see some sections where they have a cooperative contract.
Yeah, right below it, for example, is Omnia Partners. And if you happen to have a contract with Omnia Partners or NASPO or Sourcewell, they all have an area kind of virtually at least fenced off So there you can be right near the cooperative you belong to, if you belong to one and want to be in that particular area. There's no requirement to do so.
And I would say if you're a new supplier coming on and you're looking at a partnership, the gold aisle is the aisle you would want to be in for that entrance into CAPPO, because that's again where the attendees will most likely be walking straight down that gold carpet into that gold aisle, and your presence there will really stand out as a new partner coming on board. So there's a huge benefit to that.
Mike, thanks for that ad. And you know what? And he's right. We do have gold carpet. So we have ordered gold carpet, and that gold aisle will be a different carpet. I believe that the convention center is carpeted, but there'll be the gold carpet there to highlight our gold partners. And I guess go ahead, Sheila, you have something to add or?
Nope, I was just switching back to your screen.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so from there, Wayne?
Okay, I guess we can go right.
We talk a little bit about the annual benefits for gold.
Let's go down the annual benefits for gold, since we started that kind of pattern.
We missed one item up at the top. We have a welcome packet that we provide to attendees. And if you're gold or above, we ask, or if you would like, you can contribute something into that. And I would coordinate with you, what are you participating, or how are you, what you're adding into that. But that goes to all of our attendees.
These are usually your promotional items. Could be a pin or a paperweight or whatever. In the past, there's been a lot of hand sanitizers branded with the company's name on it, of course.
And Sheila, I know sometimes we have a theme. Is there any theme specific for this year that you're looking for? I know we could really use a bag.
No, at this time we don't have a theme per se, but we will be putting them together. So maybe Palm Springs, think sun and tropical.
There you go. Okay, thank you for bringing us back to that.
So on an annual level, there's a few benefits at the gold level.
I think one of them, one of the big ones is being able to contribute to the newsletter, and Sheila kind of showed that and showed how you could do that. Going in order, you also get a link to your logo that on the CAPPO website, and that will go directly to your website, so that our members can get there pretty easily. To show how that works.
We recently created this resource section, and we have a partner and supplier. Sorry, my internet's been a little difficult today. Well, I might not be able to show you that. Come on. Nice to me. Okay. Sorry, that is totally on my side. But here we have all the partners listed along with links to their sites. And as you can see, we use the medallion to kind of recognize the different aspects of it. And I will say this is similar to the newsletter that we were talking about. When the email goes out, it starts with a couple articles, then it'll recognize the platinums. Then there'll be a couple more articles and it'll recognize the gold plus, et cetera, all the way through down through silver partnership. So we have this on our website, as well as that everyone is recognized in every newsletter, whether they contribute or not.
That's great. And on the back side of, well, I guess it's the last page of our supplier manual, we have that as well. So we have all the suppliers that were partners for 23 listed there. Okay, so additional things for gold.
Yeah.
So we also invite gold and above to participate in our advisory committee meeting, which we usually have there at the conference. I'm not sure if we have a time scheduled yet, Sheila. Maybe we do. But that's where you would kind of give us your feedback of your experience, maybe some ideas for the partnership for future years to make it more valuable. And we've it's been very productive to have these meetings, and we've made some changes to the program based on the feedback we've received from our members.
Yep. Almost every year we make a change. This program has grown over the years, and a lot of it's based on feedback we get from our partners.
So I think finally we can kind of go to our gold plus. I think maybe can take a little side note on the platinum. The platinum, you want to go in order? Okay. Okay, so the Gold Plus was a new level that was added during Mike's year, during the pandemic year. We only had 3 Gold Plus partners, but what it was designed to do, we kept hearing from our Gold partners saying, hey, we would like to be more involved with your members, and they weren't given the opportunity, whereas Platinum was. And so this was kind of our solution that was approved by our past presidents and everyone else to give you an opportunity to participate more.
So there's really 2 items specifically at the conference that are open to Gold Plus members. And one is a speaking opportunity. This is during the conference, like the other events, except it is a speaking opportunity by the partner, if you will, or the company, where the delegates will attend, just like they would attend other sessions. They are breakout sessions, so educational sessions. So it really depends on how well you can market the session. Again, one way to market, of course, would be
put something in the packet.
Put something in the packet, and or when you have the list of the delegates that are registered before the conference, you could tell them then that you're doing the session on this particular time, and invite them to attend that particular session. Then what happened is, again, it was an idea provided by the advisory committee to go a little different option. So instead of the speaking opportunity, I think last year was the first year or second year? First year? First year, we established a demo room for suppliers to conduct an actual demo of their products. And this is usually a 3.5-hour session. It's during the conference session, during the conference time. And I think this is particularly valuable for software companies. They could actually show a demo of their system and how it works, or maybe a company that has other kinds of equipment to show, or just be able to sit around the table and talk about your company in that kind of setting. So that worked out very well last year. And again, that came from the suppliers. The other benefit of at the conference of Gold Plus is they are invited to the VIP dinner. And the VIP dinner is limited to CAPPO board members and committee members, and also procurement leaders from other associations. Tony and Murray, you may be familiar with NIGP or NASPO. They will have representatives at this VIP dinner as well. And it's just a wonderful occasion to meet people at that level within CAPPO, as well as these other organizations. And that's limited to Gold Plus and Platinum. And on an annual basis,
the additional benefit is they get to offer they collaborate with a procurement professional, and they give an educational webinar to our membership sometime during the year. And Sheila can kind of talk probably more about how that's all coordinated, because she's our master.
Sure. A couple quick notes on all of those items. On the demo room, it also, at the conference, the demo room, you decide how you want it marketed. So you can either do it by invitation only, so you reach out to the people and you invite them to your demo room, or you can have it open basis and have us marketing that demo room for you. And demo rooms are on either Monday or Wednesday. So you can either have it before the expo to kind of get a gauge on what you have showing at the expo itself, or you can have it after the expo and then be marketing your demo room during the expo. So a couple options there. And we provide a small AV package, no mics or anything like that, but like a screen and projector or a monitor, whichever, so that you can hook up your laptop. And then on the VIP dinner, the question I get the most is, can we have more than 2 people? And it's limited to 2 people because we keep this as a small, intimate group. Small, again, we're going to have 700 attendees. We have 75 people at the VIP dinner. So it's very exclusive and limited to, again, those different leaders in associations and our Gold Plus and our Platinums. Now going over the webinar real quick. Oops. So when we during this process, we're going to go through a fulfillment form, and I'll get more into that towards the end, but you'll have an opportunity to tell us around what time of year would you like your webinar, and then I will follow up to get that scheduled with you. So a lot of people will look at it as like your sales cycle or when you need to target things. However, the webinar has to be educational based. So it can't be a straight infomercial. And we prefer that you invite a customer or two to serve on a panel with you to discuss a particular piece of business that your company addresses, whatever that might be. But it's a 1 hour webinar. I work with you to schedule that. We only do one webinar a week, and we're typically getting between 100 and 200 of our members at those webinars. And in addition to that, we record the webinars and share it with anybody who was registered that may not have been able to attend. So for instance, if I have 200 people registered, but only 150 show up, it actually goes out to all 200 on that recording. I think that's it. Uh-huh.
Great.
Then the platinum level, the platinum level, it has historically been limited to organizations that are cooperative contracting organizations, such as the ones I mentioned that have neighborhoods in the Expo Hall, Omnia Partners and Sourcewell and NASPO, for example. But again, as feedback from the advisory committee, they asked if we could expand that somewhat because to get access to the benefit, and the board agreed to expand it, but limited it to not only cooperative organizations or a company that, while it has a business relationship with CAPPO members, agency members, the company and any parents or affiliates do not receive any money directly from the public sector. So in other words, they provide some other kind of a service that's benefit other than being a cooperative organization. So with that said, just quickly, because I'm not sure if either Murray, you or Tony's companies this applies to you, but it may to somebody on this watching this video or this recording later. On a one level, they get a full conference registration, which means they attend the educational sessions that the delegates are attending for two people, and they get a pavilion. Well, this would be just for the co-ops in the Expo Hall, and they get complimentary golf green fees, which I know Mike plays every year, and he enjoys playing golf with our platinum partners. And those are the two main extra benefits that the platinum level receives. So I think we've kind of gone through the program. Mike or Sheila, anything to add that what Debbie and I said, or Debbie, anything else before?
I think that kind of summarizes it, and then we can see if Tony or Murray have any questions.
Nothing really from my end. This was very informative. I just need to pitch it now to the powers that be at my end, so we can have a booth there.
Tony, do you have a copy of the this document?
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, my partner works for one of the big furniture guys, so she's the one that clued me into this event.
Oh, great.
Wonderful.
Great.
Yeah, I've got a similar task in front of me at this point in terms of taking a look at this. But this has been, as Tony said, very thorough and quite well presented. Thank you very much. It's great to be able to go through this. We had tried to navigate this table ourselves, and I think we're not as successful as you guys are, but you know it because you've lived it.
Well, Debbie and I drafted the original version and added, so we're pretty familiar with it. Sheila, was there something else you wanted to say, though? I thought you were going.
The only other thing I was just going to elaborate on, which was from the partnership standpoint, is that here in the next week or two, we will be starting the partnership fulfillment. So Tony and Marie, as you mentioned, like there's so many pieces to the partnership program. So we've developed a collection form, and it's a Google form, but you can edit the Google form, and I provide like a PDF so that you know how to gather things, and it walks you through, like you select your partnership level, then it says, okay, if you're platinum and gold, do you want a demo room or a speaking presentation? And it just walks you through every single benefit you're going to get based on your level, and it collects that from you, so that way it's a coordinated effort. And we're trying to get everything collected before the Thanksgiving holiday so that then we can do even more marketing to help support our partners.
Terrific.
Primarily, if I could give Sheila some credit on this, she came up with this, and it's to ensure that our partners receive all the benefits that they're entitled to receive, and that we don't miss something or they miss something and therefore neglect to get one of the benefits that's offered. So it's just a way to collect all that data to make sure that the program's even very successful and it's implemented correctly.
It's
Murray,
very
would you say
helpful.
something?
No, it's just, I appreciate the effort, because that kind of checklist, if you will, is essential when you've got this many options and this many different ways to present yourself and participate.
We found as the partnership started growing, I think we had almost 50 partners this last year at different levels. But as you start getting that many, you have to have a way to manage it, because you don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, of course. This has it's been extremely helpful. I've got my counterpart actually out on PTO, putting her son into his final senior year at the University of Arizona at this
Whoa.
point. And he's quite the dance fiend. He just came off of an intensive up in New England and in Italy. He's had a full summer, but she's there doing that for the last time, I think. And my marketing lead for the public sector unfortunately had a conflict and was not able to join us at this time. So I'll take the information back, and we'll see what we can do in terms of prying some of the hard-fought funds out so that we can take advantage of some of this. It's always a great event.
Well, when you talk to her, I am a Wildcat alumni.
Ah, okay.
And both of my children graduated from the University of Arizona as well. So we're big Wildcat fans.
Terrific.
And I know they do have a dance class or a program there. And it's a beautiful facility that they have it in. So it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
and quite well regarded as well. I've been following his progress since he was God, I don't know, dancing at the age of 9. We've worked together for quite some time, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Well, thanks for joining us, Tony and Murray. We appreciate your time and attention, and glad that you found it informative. And thank you, Sheila and Mike.
And one other thing, when you're presenting this to whoever you need to, if there's any additional questions you have, feel free to contact us. Our contact information is on that document that we've been reviewing.
Terrific. No, that'll be very helpful. Is the recording of this going to be available as well?
Yes, I'll be posting it up on the website, and I can email it out to you as well.
That would be very helpful. Thanks very much, Sheila.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
as mentioned, Murray and Tony, thank you both, and we look forward to your partnerships with CAPPO.
Thanks, Mike. See what we can do. Yeah.
Thanks
Great.
much.
I
Yes,
look
thanks
forward
to
to seeing
everybody.
you.
Okay, take care.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.